Welcome to the Inglorious Blasters podcast, the Star Wars Legion podcast talking anything and everything glorious or inglorious about the game. My name is Koray, and with me today are two slime saps I call friends, John and Brendan. How's it going, my dudes?
It is going just fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
I got
Brendan's
nothing
got a puzzled look.
I'm very puzzled on this one.
Nice. Well, it is a derogatory term used by Mama the Hutt.
Okay.
From, you know, everyone's favorite episode.
Yes, on Now Hutta when Obi-Wan and Quinlan Voss went to visit. So, you know.
Yeah, I think it's The Hunt for Zero.
Yes.
Is that one of the... Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that episode.
Oh, man, I saw this one on the list of insults. I'm like, okay, that's a good one. I don't remember this episode, but that's a good
is
one.
the biggest Hutt ever. It is unreal.
Nice.
This one is from content that people are actually familiar with.
Hey, the other ones kind of are.
It's all should be content you're familiar with. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, if someone's got their favorite Star Wars insult, you should just message us on the Discord or like send us an email. That'd be sweet. I just want to hear what your favorite Star Wars insult is. But anyways, today on the podcast, we got pre-orders for Geonosians, and then we got Brendan and I went to two separate tournaments. Brendan went to Game Castle, I went to Top Deck, and then we got some just PAX general hype, tournament hype going on, and then tournament prep work if you're going to a tournament for the first time, especially one that lasts a while. Like for example, PAX is 6 games long, so you got to prepare for it. But before we begin the episode, I want to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors of the podcast. We got Baron of Dice. Check out baronofdice.com, his Far Away Galaxy collection. He's got loads of different Star Wars Legion dice, Shatterpoint dice. Any Galaxy collection you want, he's got it. The vehicle die is my favorite because I never remember those symbols. If you use checkout code GLORIOUS, you will get a little bit of a discount. Brendan, what do I do if I don't have a 3D printer and I want all this cool terrain?
If you don't have a 3D printer and want a lot of cool terrain, then you definitely want to go to Panhandle 3D. You'll get some excellent quality prints sent directly to you. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to work a 3D printer, and you just have to end up painting the terrain yourself. So go to Panhandle 3D and use the code GLORIOUS for a 15% discount.
Excellent. John, I have a huge issue. I got so many dice floating around in my hand, and when I chuck them on the game table, they go flying, knock over my minis. How do I keep these bad boys contained?
Well, this really seems to be a reoccurring issue for you.
I know, because I just can never solve this issue.
Every 2 weeks.
You might want to see a life coach. But if you get your priorities straight.
Get BetterHelp.com, not sponsored yet.
But if you want to get your... if you're trying to contain some dice... and you want those, if you want those bad boys not flying all over the table, knocking over miniatures, or I think you had mentioned soft drinks previously.
Yep.
Don't know why those would be on the table, but if they are, you got to contain those little suckers, and you're going to need a dice tray to do that. So if you go to the Dice Must Flows Etsy store, you can pick from a beautiful assortment of dice trays and get a discount of 15% off using coupon code IGBlasters.
Excellent. Thank you. I will try and heed your words this time. Get a life coach and get a dice tray. Perfect. Oh, man. All right. So we also got some upcoming tournaments. The only ones that we're tracking at the moment is PAX, baby. PAX, December 2nd. It is full from my understanding. I think there is still a wait list, but people are coming in and out all the time. I mean, I don't want to speak for Nick Bodnar, but like I imagine if you show up, there might be a spot for you. But do join the waiting list, though. Do join that for sure. All right. So we got some news. Barely news, but it is news, so we will take it. Pre-order date for the Geonosians has arrived. I forget the date. I'm going to reflect.
Yeah,
February 29th.
Well, February 29th is the date that it's listed for the Geonosians to come out, but they are available for pre-order on Asmodee's website right now. If you don't want to pre-order there, you can probably go to your local store and ask to pre-order from them.
Yep. Excellent. How many boxes are we getting, boys?
I'm thinking I'll start off with 2.
2? That's probably like a good... And I imagine you're going to get the leaders like Poggle and Sunfact.
Poggle and Sunfact. But two just regular Geonosians is probably my start, because I only have 2 B2s. So, to throw in...
those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up.
I mostly play Empire, all right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but...
Maybe next year will be the year of CIS. Who knows?
It might be.
But no, let's
I
be
might go
real.
whole
The
hog.
Inquisitors are coming out. It's not happening.
Yeah, no, you're on the Inquisitor train. You're gonna look right past the Geonosians and be like, all right, where are my 2 beauties?
Right?
Yeah.
I need 4 more red blades on the table.
All the red blades. Yeah, I'm thinking I might get 4 to start. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I will tell you, though, I will get 2 boxes of the Inquisitors when they come out.
2?
2.
What are you going to do different bases?
Well, the second set, I'm going to, just like with my one Vader last year, I turned into Santa. I'm going to turn 2 into elves. So.
Oh, I like that idea.
Okay, so you can turn them into elves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And so then I can run all 3 together for a very thematic list. So.
I was going to get to that next, yeah. But I was just thinking of how disgusting, Vader and then the 2 Inquisitors are. I was just looking on I think it was Reddit the other day. Someone fit Palpatine, Vader, and then the 2 Inquisitors and like 3 just naked stormtroopers all together. I don't know if it's any good, but I was like staring at it. I'm like,
it's probably terrible.
This is the thing.
I mean, that's no different than the CIS being able to do Grievous, Dooku, Ventress, and Maul. So
yeah. I'm just saying it just looks crazy to just look at it, the opposite side of the table, and you go, okay.
100%.
Which one do I shoot first? Let's just put it that way.
That's a good question.
Okay. Anyways, Brendan, you went to a tournament.
Did.
Let's hear about it. How'd you do?
Yep. So I went to the Game Castle Store Championship. Unlike the previous store championships I've gone to, I decided not to bring a list that I thought was exceedingly competitive. I'd promised last episode I was bringing the Lat. I brought the Lat. So...
The man, the myth, the Lat.
Exactly. So, the list I decided on was Moff Gideon with commanding presence, aggressive tactics, environmental gear, and the Darksaber, a Stormtrooper with HH-12 specialist and recon intel, 2 shore troopers with T-21s and medical droids, 2 mortars, the Lat with Baron Rudor, comms jammer, and bunker buster shells, and then Imperial Dark Troopers with the Myrtleizer and the frag launcher. I called this list Bladder Up, because I'm swinging that bad at people.
For those of you that don't know, the Myrtleizer is the melee weapon. So you just wanted to march those Dark Troopers up. Not march, but just fly them in. Just drop them in.
Flew them in.
Just drop them in. Yep. Man. All right, well, did it do the things you wanted it to do?
It did, and it was fantastic. I will say the things I've been playing around with the list a little bit more since then. I probably will change the layout of my Lat to probably just the TIE Pilot in the future, because that thing just blows up.
It just dies.
Across my 3 games, I think the Lat was able to do 1 shot. So, but that 1 shot was pretty great. So,
okay.
But basically, I just told everybody I'm just here to myrtleize things. So I had a lot of fun doing that. So my first round opponent, I actually got to play against Hob. And Hob, unfortunately, his list is not up on the game uplink, but we had ourselves an entertaining matchup because he had a Krennic list that had 1 Death Trooper, Bosk. He had the Gav tank. And we ended up playing Hostage Exchange, Long March, and Fortified Positions. It was a lot of fun for me. I started the game off by having my stormtroopers take a shot at Krennic. They had the hostage. They were my hostage carrier unit. They did 4 wounds on Krennic to start the game. And then they started moving away. My lat did exactly what I needed it to and moved up close enough that the Dark Troopers were able to get out. I had a lot of fun myrtleizing things. Once the Dark Troopers are in melee, good luck unless you have a lightsaber.
That's what I want to hear. Nice.
I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. I mean, everybody talks about how scary Dark Troopers are shooting. Nobody talks about how they are in melee. If you got this unit into melee, I mean, it's a white and a red per model, except for the Myrtleizer, which is then 2 red and a black. And it's a suppressive hit also. So the Darks just kind of start murdering things, most specifically Hobbs' hostage carrier. And then I'm able to claim the hostage with the Dark Troopers. And Hobb tries his best. He gets his Dark Troopers into melee. He gets Bosk into melee. He's just trying to murder my Dark Troopers. They're down to their last 3 to 4 wounds. And we get to the start of, I want to say, turn 4 or 5. And, the Dark Troopers, they have something I want. So...
Gosh darn it, that card.
So I teleported the Dark Troopers into my deployment zone in the back of it with the hostage. And we essentially called the game there because he didn't have enough to truly get through the rest of my gun line. And because I still had 3 heals left on my med bots, and my shore troopers were all at full health. There was maybe 1 wound on one of my mortars. Gideon, I think, had taken 1 or 2 wounds.
That's so evil, man. I hate that card.
Yeah.
You just dangled the darks in front of him, and you were like, "Here you go. You could kill him. Just try. Just try." And then you're like, "Nah, I'm good. See you later."
So, yeah, I mean, he knew it was coming. He's a great player. We had a blast because I got in what I wanted to do for the tournament, which was hit fun stuff with the Myrtleizer, because I don't know of anybody else who's done that. So
probably not many.
Yeah, I have not seen it.
Nice. Round 2, I get paired with Chris Lewis. He was top 4 at PAX, and I know John got to play him at PAX. And let me just say, this was the one list I didn't want to end up playing against. So Chris was running a Remnant list. Imperial Officer, Improvised Orders, 3 Death Troopers with HH-12s, Recon Intel in their config, Scout Troopers with the Sniper Rifle and Duck and Cover, a Naked Stormtrooper, Naked Shore Trooper, 2 E-Webs with Barrage Generators, and Dark Troopers with the Frag Launcher and Assault Cannon. That's a lot of impact.
Yep. Good luck.
So I decided I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. And, basically did the same strategy again. With the Lat and the Darks. We ended up playing Sabotage, the Moisture Evaporators, Major Offensive, and Minefield. So I gotta say, my 1 Stormtrooper unit was the best at Minefield. They 2 times never set off the bomb. They went through 3 of the bomb charges. 2 times never setting them off. And then the 3 times they did set them off, they took no wounds across 3 bombs.
Super sneaky.
Good job, Storms.
It was amazing. But I definitely misplayed a bit this game. I put my core all off to the side to take care of my Vaps, and I sent my Lat, the Darks in the Lat, and Gideon towards Chris's Vaps. The Darks get into his closest Vaporator by the beginning of turn 2, I want to say. The Lat's gone. There was just way too much impact.
Yeah.
And we have a very fun time of playing back and forth with tapping the Vap, because I'm tapping it basically twice every turn with the Darks, and then he's got a couple units there, and they're just kind of murdering things. His Darks eventually get in on the game of tapping the Vap, and my biggest misplay here was in moving my Darks into melee with his Darks. I didn't move into the unit leader with my unit leader, so he was unable to withdraw, and I just wasn't able to catch up to him at that point to keep my Darks safe from all of his impact. It was a lot of fun, though. I then tried to push for his back Vap, but he did a great play and was able to stall me, so my Dark Trooper wasn't able to get there. I called him out on his cowardice not to play Rock'em Sock'em Robots. So, I just wanted our Darks to punch each other.
How dare he?
So, we end up tying on objectives 4-4, and I lose the game because I'd lost Gideon, the Lat, and just Gideon and the Lat. And I had killed, I think, just one of his Death Trooper squads.
Okay.
So,
well, valiant effort.
A valiant effort, and congrats to Chris. He did end up getting the invite. So,
nice.
Congrats.
Yep. So, yes, you can get an invite with eWebs. Just throwing that out there.
Kind of glorious.
Yep. And then my third game, I ended up playing against Alex. Alex is a little bit of a newer player, getting back into the game. He was in the game before. He was away for a while. And so I spent it as... The game was more of a teaching game for this one. But Alex was definitely running a fun list. It's not up on Game Uplink, so I don't remember all of it, but it was Grievous and Asajj.
Oh, cool.
And, like 2 Magnas, I think it was, and a bunch of E1s. And for our game, we did end up playing Clear Conditions, Battle Lines, and Hostage Exchange. So you know where this one's going already.
I do. Baseball bat, here we come.
Yep. So the Lat moves on up, drops off the Darks punch things. The Darks also kill Asajj because she moved up and had already used her dodge token, and she's dead at the beginning of turn 2. We had a roll off at the beginning of turn 2, and I won the roll off, and I went immediately with the Darks and just blasted Asajj off the table.
Nice.
And then there was some swinging of the bat and some rocking, and some robots punching other robots, until I got the hostage, and then I disappeared across the table.
Oh, right. Yep, that card. Love it.
Such a dirty trick. That card might be one of my least favorite cards in the game.
I think I hate that card, and maybe Cad Bane's card where he just teleports right onto the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically had called it before I played that card, but I wanted to teach him about the card, so we did that. So he knows about it in the future.
Yeah, so he knows about it. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, I've won, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to really win.
Right. So we had a good time. He was a great opponent. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him at more events and seeing him continue to improve. So
nice. Well, good job, sir. I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah. Lat and darks and a bat. All the fun. Let's just say I shared in the with these two. I came up with another list I really want to try. It's not going to be what I'm bringing to PAX, but it's a Dark Trooper Lat and Dewback list, which looks so much fun.
So, like, I don't know what you're thinking about changing, but I love Krennic with, like, Dark Troopers. So what if you just fly the Lat in, drop the Darks, and then turn 2, you play... deploy the garrison.
Yeah,
you're guaranteed at least 3 swings. Like,
that's why with the
you just go for it.
Oh, that's the idea with the Dewback list.
Yeah. Oh, okay, great.
Krennic's in that list because
then
the Dewbacks are in there too, and then you get extra attacks off with the Dewbacks.
Just disgusting. You should do it. Just bring it to PAX. Come on.
No, I'm not bringing it to PAX.
Don't be a coward. No, come on. Everyone shun Brendan into bringing this to PAX.
No.
Everyone bully him. It's fine.
I will say, if I end up getting an invite at PAX, I will 100% bring it to the whatever the next tournament is I go
Worlds.
to.
Yep.
The Worlds?
No, I might be going. No, I might be going to LVO. So if I get an invite at PAX, I might bring the Lat and Dewbacks to LVO just because it would be ridiculous.
Would you say that list lat you down?
Oh, that's a good list name.
No,
don't let me down.
Don't let me down.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. There we go.
No, I need to come up with
one. There's one thing
that...
we're good at. It's making list names. Guaranteed.
Yeah. No. So I do have to come up with a good Dewback/Lat list name. So.
Excellent. Well, great job at the tournament. Glad you had fun. Looking forward to the next iteration. See what you got.
Yeah, should be fun. One last thing. I definitely think people should think more outside the box with their lists, because you're going to find something that is fun and maybe also good, because I've never seen the Myrtleizer on a table before. So this was a lot of fun. Yeah.
There's not a lot of impact melee weapons other than like just Jedi. So yeah, well, cool. So then I also went to a tournament. I went to Top Deck Games in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Nick Bodner runs this one. It's his like local store. So yeah, this is the second time I've returned to Top Deck. When I arrived, Nick was like, "Are you here to defend your title?" I'm like, "No, I'm here for a good time." Just here for a good time. Apparently everyone else was like, "No, I'm gonna bring Yoda." There were so many Yodas this tournament. Oh man. But to go over my list real quick, I ran experimental droids. So I had Kalani with what is that? Aggressive Tactics, Comms Relay. I had 2 B1s with the repair bots, a B2 with the Ha, no extra guy. I had a naked Magna Guard, and then I had 3 droidicas. 2 of them had link targeting array, and then I had 2 BX commandos, and they both had the sniper. They both had the shields, and then one of them had offensive push, and the other one had emergency transponders, and that's a 5-point bid. So with droidicas going in, I was like, well, I kind of really want to play my battle deck because I can make a kind of silly one like I normally like, which is, breakthrough, bombing run, and then I like payload, so I put that in, and then I put recover in because I have the scouts to get up to that box pretty quick, that center box. So, so going into this, I was just like, I just really want to make droidicas good. Like, I love, just droidicas in general. So, I was like, let's make them good. Here we go. So, first opponent, Adam Fowles. I played him at Top Deck when I won my store championship and I got my invite. He was my 3rd round opponent, and I just hot diced him off the table.
8.
Well, he got payback, and he basically hot diced me off the table.
Karma.
But I'll describe it because this is my one loss of the day. So this was a lot. This is worth it to go over. So we landed on recover the supplies, battle lines, and minefield, and I'm blue. So he was running an Anakin, Padme, and some clones. Like I don't remember all the details, but it's just the usual clone stuff. And he had 9 activations. And we started the game, and I was gonna scout all my dudes up, but scout up my BXs up, but there wasn't enough line of sight blocking, so I kind of held them back a little bit, but still within like double move range to grab them. And he did the smart thing and just move most of his clones up to go contest that center box, because otherwise I'm just gonna grab that and just run. I don't know if he could fire support me off the board if I play some dodges and like commit some command cards for dodges and get them out. The BXs are pretty tough if you give them at least a dodge and they have their 2 shields. And then they're also impervious, so they're fairly tanky, right? So they can knock a good amount of hits off right off the top. So anyways, he brings up Anakin, he brings up his Echo, he brings up another strike team, and then he brings up a full arc team, and he's just like trying to like be a nuisance on that center box. So basically, as he's moving, I'm shooting, right? He has to make a play for the center, and I'm just like there to just blow up anything. I'm landing so many shots on all of his guys, and he's got the dodges for them. And then when he runs out of dodges, I'm like, I'm like salivating. I'm like, this is it.
Time is now.
And I throw my droideka at him. And I'm like, here's 8. Remove 2 for heavy. I'm like, here we go. This is these are the good shots. These are the shots I need. And he just like rolls all paint. I'm like, okay, it can't happen again. Next droideka rolls up, like similar amount of hits. Like he misses like 1 save. I'm like, okay, this is not great. So I dump tons of suppression on him on the models that are like approaching. I'm able to kill 1 strike team, but like his full arc team just doesn't die. Echo eventually dies. Anakin's in a precarious spot where I like continuously shoot him, but I can only shoot him with like my BXs and some of my and one of my B2s. Anakin just doesn't die, and then like there was, yeah, man, it was just close. So eventually, what happened was he makes a play for the center. Like he just basically hops over, grabs the box with like I think it was a phase 1 at that time, because that one also went up. He grabs it with the phase 1. I kill the phase 1, and then he eventually grabs it with like Anakin, and then he jumps back towards that line of sight blocker. So I'm trying to like rush him down with my special army rule to like go faster. Magna's, my Magna's just did not want to roll defense dice all game. In all of my games, they just mainly died. They didn't do much. But basically, yeah, I didn't move up. I was really thinking I could, shoot him on the approach. It's just he had really, really good dice on the approach. And then eventually his dice leveled out, his defense dice. But by that time, it was too late because he already had the box. And then it became like a game about positioning. And then he, my Magnus made a good save, and Anakin's on 1 wound. And at the very end of the game, he swings his saber at the single Magna model, and my Magna makes all the saves. I'm like, sweet. It's only 1 dude, but like 1 dude can like do it. So then I try my best. I'm like, okay, I'm staring at my special army, rule tokens, the surge tokens. I'm like, all right, do I add more dice or do I take an aim? And I thought about it for a bit. I'm like, I think it's effectively the same, so I have to just swing for the fences. So I add 2 extra dice. So I'm rolling 1 Magna's, rolling 2 black, 2 white. I'm like, all right, here we go. It's just all blanks. I'm like, okay, Good game. It was like the last round of the game, and I was like, this is just miserable. But you know what? Them's the breaks, right? Yeah. I had a lot of fun playing. He's a good dude, and I think he won his invite at a different tournament. So it was a good time. We had a lot of fun. Man, red defense dice are, when they roll hot, it's kind of crappy. But you know what? He got his payback against me, because when my darks just, the previous tournament, when my darks just didn't know how to die, they just only knew how to murder. There you go. Congrats to you, Adam. Yeah, my next 2 games. Let's see. Who did I play? I played Richard. He was running a mall pike spam list. We landed on, and then I was blue. We landed on Recover, Hemmed In, and War Weary. I wasn't too worried about mall infiltrating because on top of the box, mainly because I had the scouts and I would deploy first. The BX commandos were pretty good, and I was able to hide behind a nice line of sight blocker. So I really just boxed him out on like a turn 1 infiltrate. So that felt good. So I wasn't really too worried. So he tries to line up his guns and maul, not in precarious positions, but like in positions where it's like, if I just take a move, I can shoot like past that line of sight blocker. It's like a big building near the center of the board. Also, the fun part was the Recover This supply box was in the center and it was on top of the building. So I had to use a climb in order to get there. Ooh,
fancy.
It was fun. But he places Maul in his deployment zone, and Maul just gets like, I think I killed him in 4 shots. It was a Droideka shot, and then like a full BX squad, and I might be missing some other squad in there too. But regardless, it was like 3 or 4 shots. Maul goes down, and on that right before, man, I felt so bad too. Maul didn't even activate. Maul didn't get to go. Maul, he decides to not activate Maul when he has 2 wounds remaining on Maul. And I wasn't sure why. He set up like he set up 2 standbys on pikes. So his thinking was he was trying to like wait me out to like for me to go on top of the building to go towards the box, right? To just wait me out and then force push me into a bunch of standbys. But no, instead he got way too greedy. On 2 wounds remaining, I just shot him right off the board. So yeah. Then after that, I just basically grabbed the box and moved backwards the whole game. It was kind of rough going for him. But I mean, we had a good time. It was like the third or 4th game of him like learning Maul. So I think that was a good learning experience, right? For me, see a Jedi, shoot a Jedi. For him, you should just protect him. Don't leave him out to dry.
Yeah, usually you want to make sure your Jedi, your Force user, takes as few shots as possible before they get to do their tricks.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind him taking 1 or 2 shots, right? Because he had a dodge token, and
deflect is scary,
right? But it was still one of those like, dude, you gotta hide him. He's so squish. But anyways, I had a good time. And then 3rd game, I got to play Colin. I've never played Colin before, so this was fun. And you know what this cheater does? This no good scoundrel. I didn't tell you guys this. I don't know if you guys took a look at his list.
No.
This dude straight up stole my Nova list. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just run Koray's list."
So he's not a cheater; he's a thief.
He's a thief.
Okay,
that's a better word. He's a thief.
Thief.
But you know what, Colin? I'm flattered. Thank you. So yeah, he really liked the list when he was playing it. He played a couple practice games, and then as he was playing in the tournament, it's a lot of fun, right? So that list, for those of you that don't know, is 5 scouts with emergency transponders, 3 bikes, nothing on them, and then 2 storms with HRUs and recon intel, and then officer, I think naked at the time, and then that's like a 16-point bid. We played his deck, which is, he wanted to be blue, and I was like, all right, no, not a huge difference than mine, but that's fine. We played key positions, hemmed in, supply drop. So I had to navigate turn 0 very carefully because there was a situation I could have like done hemmed in payload as red. So I had to like navigate that a little bit. But anyways, we landed there, and there was a really, 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 really nice line of sight blocker in one of my red hemmed in spots. And I was like, yep, this is where I'm posting up. And if you want to like come towards me, you come at me, man. It was like a really big downed ATST. or no, AAT. No, what is it?
AT-AT?
Oh, God. AT-AT, yep. Acronym soup. I know. I'm a bad Star Wars person. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm leaving.
Can't take me anywhere.
Koray, we need you to turn in your trivia medal. So
can I have it?
You're gonna have to pry it from my cold dead hands because I won that. I participated.
He was there.
I was there, and then I watched Brendan win, and then all of a sudden gold appeared in my hands. I'm like, oh, I did this. Moving along. This game was fun. We just had fun. Honestly, we just had fun. As we were deploying, Colin makes like the worst mistakes. Is basically me, Colin, and Judge Dave. Dave frequently judges a lot of Nick's events, right? So we're just chit-chatting, like, you know, having a good time. We're just, honestly, the game is secondary at this point. But I'm still in murder mode, right?
So, Koray, before we move on,
yeah,
did Dave do a lot of his trash talk to you during the first game?
During the first one, no.
That's why you lost.
That's why I lost. So I don't remember if we said this on the show, but I'll say it here. Yeah. So here's the conspiracy theory. Every time Dave is a judge, and I go to a tournament, Dave, whenever he trash talks me, it just fuels my like inner gamer rage and like just sharpens my senses, empowers my dice or something, and like I'm able to like win, right? I'm able to just win. In the games, he does not trash talk me. For example, whenever I'm on streams or he just wants to be nice for a round, I lose. So it's terrible. We joked around saying that we should use this power to go to Atlantic City and like just like gamble. So like, let's just play blackjack, and him just harass me and like just trash talk me. It's like, I wouldn't have hit on that. Oh man. Yeah, I think we would make a killing there.
If it works.
If it works, right. No, it's flawless. No, this system is flawless. I think it's
sounds flawless. Makes perfect.
I mean, it sounds flawless for Legion. I don't know if it translates outside of Legion without some.
It's got to be the same. It's got to be the same. I refuse to believe anything else. But yeah, I don't want to make it too long of a battle report. But basically, Colin and I had a good, fun time. Yeah, he made turn 0 mistakes because we played key positions, and he's like, "Nah, let's just play shooting the game." He had lots of line of sight blockers to just hide his dudes, but instead he scouted up his dudes to like to go interact with the supply drop. I didn't care about my supply drops at all. And once he scouted up 2 of them towards like one of them, I was like, okay, my Droidicas are now in range 3 of you. And then they murdered the scouts. I think he was down 4 activations in turn 1.
Ooh.
And then turn 2 was not any better. Also, Colin's dice were not great to him.
I mean, it's also
they were not gnarly
defense dice, so
also attack dice. So he's doing scouts. He aims. He gets an aim from an officer. He takes an aim action, and then he shoots. He shoots at something. Right? Are you ready? Double blank, rerolls, double blank, rerolls, double blank. Same thing again. Double blank, gets a hit, and then on the last reroll, just nothing, right? Just nothing. I'm like, all right, that's frustrating.
Been there.
And then his white defense dice didn't have paint at all after all the killing I did. And then the fun part was, the fun part was he said like, screw it, I'm just gonna play Drive Them Out, which is the Tempest Force 1-pip, where it's got the reckless driver like effect, where whenever you do a compulsory onto something, you roll white defense dice and any paint will kill models. He lands on my BXs and he's like, all right, here we go. And I'm like, okay. no paint, nothing. 5, he rolled 5 white dice, nothing.
Oh,
yeah. We called it at the end of turn 2, I think.
Sad.
Yeah. But them's the breaks, which is funny because I was like talking to Colin. I was like, hey, I almost brought the same list, so I'm glad I got to fight against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Good game, Colin. I had fun.
Fun's the important part.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my tournament rep.
Going back to my tournament, because you reminded me of my lat saves. I think I rolled paint for the lat twice across 3 games.
Across 3 games, it's got what, 8 health? 8 health. Doesn't feel good. No. I think you need to burn those white defense dice.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh man. Well, it. I was gonna plug socials, but who cares? You know where to find us.
Do you?
We have a Discord. Yeah. We have a Discord. You should just go find it. It's in the show notes. Want to send us an email? ingloriousblasters@gmail.com.
Mostly
Brendan will read it.
We have fun.
SWL Inglorious
Yes,
Blasters.
SWL Inglorious Blasters.
There it is.
Brendan will read it, and if it's worthy, we'll hear about it.
I share all the emails with you guys.
Oh,
that's true.
Then we don't get a lot of emails.
Shh, don't give that away. Don't give it away. Our Discord is slightly more popping than our emails, which is totally fine.
I just thought we only got included on the real important ones.
No.
I'm just going to pretend that that's still the case.
If that makes you feel better.
That makes me feel more important. Oh, here's a very important email.
Oh. Nice. Well, we got PAX coming up, boys. Are you guys excited?
Very excited.
I'm excited for waffles.
Where do you get waffles at PAX?
My list of decisions.
Oh, for some reason I was like, is there a Waffle House or something?
Got him.
I was actually wondering where that joke was going, and then I was like, oh, I think you're actually asking a legit question.
Nope. All I know is I'm going to do something that is more recent than Vader double IRG.
Yes, please.
Like I took to Nova.
Yes, please. Don't use the time machine. Now's not the time.
No.
Nice.
And it'll probably be an Empire list.
Shocking.
I know, right?
I bet you John's bringing Gar.
Yeah, it'll probably be the list that I took to the Crucible. I think I've only played 1 game since the Crucible, so probably stick with that.
That's the one you got the most reps in. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
5.
Me, I'm still undecided. What's up? Go ahead.
I was saying 5 total reps. 1 game pre-Crucible, 3 games at Crucible, and 1 game post-Crucible. So 5 total
That's
reps.
enough practice.
That's fine.
That's enough.
That's more reps than I usually have. Most
of them play the same, so when it's that Anakin Padme.
Yeah, it's just
skeleton.
It's just, gain tokens, use tokens.
Yeah.
Do I really need to push Anakin up? Not really. Very nice, very nice.
I will say, Koray, you should play CIS just for that sweet Dooku card.
I think I might just play CIS mainly because I just want to win Best Painted again. Well, hopefully get first place this time. Last year I got second. So I already have my invite. I'm between Experimental Droids or my Nova list, which is what Colin stole. But so droids, if I really just care about the painting award, and then
you want the Dooku card.
If I really want to win, maybe the Tempest Force.
Dooku card.
I don't need the special cards. I don't even use too many of the special cards, which is a problem.
I do, because I've got the I like to put push in my list just to show off the judge card. So.
Oh. Nice.
I believe the purple suppression will be available
for first or
never
second.
Mind.
It's a regional.
I forgot.
Yes.
Never mind. I think
first
or
second
about that more.
So
I think I care about that more. I might have to just bribe the person that wins or gets second for their purple suppression.
Especially if it's somebody who already has them.
Is anyone going already has them?
Probably.
Huh. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Sam and Josh? Are they both going? Did they get them at Nova?
They should have gotten them at Nova.
They should have gotten them there.
And I think they're both going.
I'm checking the list. Yep, Sam.
Check
Right,
it
Sam and
twice.
Josh.
Check it twice.
I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up for that purple stuff.
If they get top 2.
Take a look at those up
Yeah,
close.
if they get top 2. It's a pretty good chance they do. They're good players. But anyways, yeah, do you guys have any like general tournament prep that you can give some of the listeners? Because this time, PAX last year was 5 games. This time it is specifically 6 games, 4 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday.
My biggest pieces of advice are going to be make sure you drink water and make sure you sit down. Because your lower back is just going to die.
Even if you sit down for like 10 seconds, I've noticed a difference. Like, 10 seconds at a time, even if your opponent's doing like dodge standby, it's like, it still gives you a second of like comfort, and then you could reset and it's like, okay, I'm up.
Or my personal favorite is I'm sitting down waiting for my next turn, and I look and see whatever's closest to me so I don't have to stand up. So
it's a good approach too. I know my back's going to kill me. It's going to be fun. John's advice is load up on ibuprofen.
That is correct. Typically end up with the migraine somewhere around round 2 or after game 2. So I try to stay hydrated, but then I have to take a lot of potty breaks. But then I warn my opponent, so it's a full disclosure type thing, so they know I'm not slow playing them, that I'm going to take a bathroom break mid-game. But I'll be very quick.
Right. PAX, I hope we're relatively close to the restrooms. Last time we were.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Super close.
Yeah. Man, 64 people. I hope the full 64 shows up. That's a lot of people.
I think there was 7 or 8 on the wait list. So hopefully, even if you have, 8 drops, those 8 in a perfect world, those spots get filled. But
yeah, because last year there were 64 signed up, but there were about 8 drops day of. So if you are on the wait list, I recommend showing up. Worst case scenario, you don't get to play and you get to enjoy the convention.
And you get to go to PAX.
Right.
Like, that's the best part of PAX.
I mean, this will be my 3rd PAX. I have yet to see the convention, so.
Oh, no.
Same.
All right, so before I was like really, really into Legion, I was really into board games, right? So I did a lot of board gaming, and then I went to, a bunch of different conventions like Gen Con. And then when PAX East opened, I was like, hell yeah. Like, I never wanted to travel to Gen Con again after I went to PAX Unplugged. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot to do. One of my favorites is like they have a zone. I don't remember if it's called Learn to Play or Tabletop Demos, but basically they have a section where they have PAX staff that knows the board games that are new and that are hot and like that people want to play, and they know the rules to like most of them, and you could just sit down. You can hopefully get some other people to join you, or if you have other friends that are with you, and then you can call one of these PAX staff over to teach you the game. That's like an awesome area to go to. Yeah, PAX is just a lot of fun.
You lost me at Friends.
Friends, gotcha.
Yeah,
that's important to
friends?
have. Actually, I mean, dude, the board gaming community is usually really, really nice. I've met a lot of people just randomly. Just going. It's fun. Yeah, you guys really need to just enjoy the damn convention.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. That's all right.
I'm there to roll dice. And make pew pew noises.
That's fair. Well, this is very specific advice, but like if you're going to PAX, you need to show up accordingly because the line there's a queue to get in, okay? So the way it works is like no one's allowed to get in until 10 because that's when the convention opens. It opens at 10, but you can pre-queue beforehand. So for example, like if you want to show up at 9, like go for it. If you want to show up at 9:30, whatever. It's just how farther back will you be from everyone else? And then
keep in mind if you're going for the tournament, it starts at 11. So showing up earlier is better so that you don't have to worry about how long the line is to make sure you get through. Because there have been, in previous years, people have gone, hey, I'm in the line. They're sending messages on Discord 15 minutes before, and they're not sure if they're going to make it there for round one. So,
yeah.
I'm setting up a tent this year.
And then our first tournament day starts on a Saturday, and that's the busiest day. So would recommend showing up early. I think they have metal detectors too. So like that's like weird. Not weird, but it's just
it's pretty
just like another hassle too.
Pretty high security. So
yeah. Stay hydrated, everyone. Wear some comfy shoes. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Comfy shoes, bring a big water bottle. Don't know if they allow outside snacks, but it hasn't stopped me before, so I just bring a couple in my backpack. So
I don't think anyone would stop you.
Little contraband. He's got snacks. And you just get pummeled by like 3 security guards. What is this? Nature's Valley? What's this in your pocket? It's my granola bar.
And then again, very specific advice, but if you're going to PAX, you should check out the Reading terminal, which is like a food market, like gigantic food market, and like there's tons of great stuff to eat. It's outside of the convention, but basically right across the street. Like I kid you not, right across the street from the convention.
I will say make sure you double check the hours for it because it's not open the whole time of the convention.
Correct. Yep. So if you want to browse that, I think Friday's a really good day for that. Yeah. Yeah, Friday's a really good day for that. Well, cool. Anything else, gentlemen?
I will say if you're driving, prepay for your parking. Otherwise, you're just going to probably drive around forever trying to find somewhere.
Yes, you actually reminded me. Shit, I need to do that. Uh-oh. Yeah, prepay for your parking. That way you're not rushing to find something.
That is a good call out. I literally had forgotten about it. I'm actually going to make a little note on the sticky pad.
And then also, make sure you remember where you parked. Because that first PAX, John couldn't find his car for an hour and a half afterwards.
I remember I said, okay, bye, John. Like, drive safe. See you later. And he's like, see ya. And then like he walks the opposite direction and I'm walking like another way. And then I eventually like meet up with him again, like at a cross street. I'm like, what in the heck? He's like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going.
Oh, even better. I part ways with John and I get to my car and I'm in my car and I'm driving and I see John walking down the street where I left him.
I was just taking in the sights at 11:30 p.m. in Center City, Philly. What could go wrong?
It's fine.
It's all fine.
Just throw your miniature bag at them. It's like heavy enough to distract them.
Well, luckily I keep a pair of tweezers on me at all times, if you remember from last episode.
Tweezers.
The ultimate weapon.
No, they might get confiscated at the metal detector. So
they probably should. All right, well, gentlemen, I think that's good enough. Yeah. I think we nailed this episode.
Nailed it.
Well, I'm Koray.
I'm John.
I'm Brendan. Remember where your car's parked.
Stay glorious, everyone.